Welcome back to the Obsessed With podcast. We're your hosts, Kim and Aaron, and this week's podcast comes from a listener's question, which I absolutely love. So if you have questions and topic ideas you'd like us to talk about, please send them in because that is a lot of fun. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. You were like, you were looking at me like you were about to.
I was letting you like rip it, man. Like I was letting you do your intro.
I was doing my head nod, like
you're passing it.
But
to
you had the eyes like you were ready to go.
Oh so. No, I was just listening.
Okay.
Because I never know where you're going to go with the intro.
Yeah, that's all I got. I got more to say.
Okay,
go ahead.
So the question was basically about kind of keeping up with a healthier lifestyle while being a traveler. With nutrition, with working out, with just like healthy habits while traveling and being on the road. And that's something that, we've talked about before and something we're really passionate about and something that's not always easy to do when you're constantly living in motion as we do as travelers and you're, picking up and you're moving to the next location and you have to get settled. And is there, the same gym you've been going to? There's so many things to like factor in. So we thought we'd just kind of get into it.
Oh boy, do I have a lot to say.
You do?
Yeah.
Well, okay. So I want to say first that because we've been traveling for 14 years and that's a lot of movement. And when we started traveling, because we were already in a pretty good place of like fitness, health, working out, nutrition was already part of our daily routine. Like when we started traveling, because we were going to, what was it called? World Gym. And we would do our like Tuesdays and Thursdays TRX and I would do my spin class. And like we were runners then too. Like we would do races. Like I feel like that was already something that was important to us. So when we started traveling, we knew we had to try to incorporate that somehow.
Okay. I'll definitely. Yeah, I guess I was just looking at it as the people that are sitting here now on this conversation versus the people that left Jacksonville, Florida to go traveling. Our fitness journey is mountains away. Would you agree or disagree?
So no, we're not the same people that we were when we were living in Jacksonville. Like 100%. I mean, even if you go, we won't get into this, but we've talked about this before of like even just our health transformation in general, right? Like when we first got together, we were very unhealthy, never worked out. Like I lived on like Newports and Captain Morgan and freaking Totito's pizza and you lived on 20 pops a day. Like we were not healthy. We went on this journey of incorporating healthy habits and working out into our journey and relationship together.
Yeah.
Right? That's
totally.
Been a whole journey on its own.
Mm-hmm.
But from when we started traveling, we were already like in a place of that was important to us.
I will agree.
Right?
I will agree.
So I will say as a traveler, okay, on our first contract was in Atlanta and we tried CrossFit.
We did.
For the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one thing I really loved about traveling in general is that we tried a lot of different stuff.
Yeah.
Like a lot of different gyms.
Yeah.
We had never done CrossFit. What? Why are you? What?
I don't know why. I just had this. We did CrossFit. And then do you remember the gym we walked into and they were like, all right, 100 push-ups.
Oh my God.
And we were like, we never showed back up at that place. We're like, this is the dumbest class I've ever seen.
It was like a boot camp.
Yeah.
Which like, who doesn't love a boot camp style?
Great.
Like, love it. The guy was literally like an ex-Marine. I swear he was wearing like fatigues. He was like,
who knows?
He was like spitting in our faces and he's like, 100 push-ups before you go. We're like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like 100 push-ups.
Yeah.
And I can't even do 5.
You had 2 minutes to complete it. And like people were like standing up, done. And I'm like, if you're going all the way down and doing a real push-up, like there's no way you're doing 100 push-ups in 2 minutes.
That, and yeah, people were like, oh, I'm finished. They were going off to the next thing. And you and I were like literally on 10.
10.
And we were just looking at each other. We're like, is this is this real life? That was the craziest thing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's not pushing you. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Totally.
So we never went back.
No.
But we did CrossFit for the first time. And I thought that was really cool because we had never done it before. And so we used it as a way of like, okay, we're living in Atlanta, first contract. There's a CrossFit gym. Maybe a way to meet people, right? Because gyms are a great way to meet people
community.
if you want to.
Totally.
I don't really like talking to people in the gym now, but like you could if you wanted to meet people. And especially CrossFit, because I feel like it has that kind of like community, like.
Yeah, I mean, so does that 45.
I don't know. I feel like for me at 45, I go in and go out. Like, I want to get my workout in. I'm not there to like make friends, like, and do events and shit. I don't know. I felt like CrossFit's a different type of like community, whatever. Yeah. But anyways, quickly realized that I'm not into CrossFit.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
It was just a different type of vibe.
Yeah, and I'll put that on the gym we went.
Yeah, and I know all CrossFit gyms are different. Yeah.
Totally, and I'll just put it on that gym because people that had done CrossFit, family members, friends that went, they were like, dude, no, that's not a very good gym, which is fine, right? The trainers weren't very good. They didn't do a good job of like easing us in to like the way. Like, they didn't explain much. I almost ended up in rhabdo like twice. Like, I thought RX meant like I had to do it. And so, like, you know, there's a lot of things
and they
that
didn't
went
help
in.
you with form.
Didn't help
like,
me
I didn't know how to do, like, I had never done, you know, a clean and press before or a snatch. Like, I was not familiar with those kind of movements at all. And I wasn't taught, you know, like, I don't know. I just like wasn't a fan of it.
Yeah.
But I thought it was cool because we tried it. Right.
Yeah.
And then we went to Wisconsin and we found this. Now that was an amazing gym. It was a little kettlebell gym. And I guess in CrossFit maybe we did, but I don't think I'd ever really worked out with kettlebells before, right?
No, not a full workout. I mean, and that was only kettlebells. That's all you did.
That's it. It was a kettlebell gym. I don't even know how we found it.
I don't either.
It was literally two brothers.
Yeah.
And it was just these kettlebell circuit style classes. It was the tiniest gym, probably as big as this bedroom. It was so small. But we were like, again, that was our second contract. So my first contract, your contract was in Atlanta. And again, we were just like, let's try something new. Like, instead of just going to a regular box gym, like, let's try something new. So we went and we learned so much. That was probably my favorite gym. And we met all of our friends there. That was cool.
I hung out with them every Monday night.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a whole thing. I mean, we didn't do anything without like seeing what they were up to first.
Right.
Which is really awesome.
Well, and that inspired our whole journey of becoming personal trainers.
Yep.
Because we were really into like fitness and we had our own health transformation and we were learning these different workouts. And was he a PT?
He was a chiropractor, PT chiropractor.
Okay. And, you know, turned kind of opening this gym. And we were like, wow, this is so cool. Like, I would love to have something like this, which then is what kind of transpired into us buying thousands of pounds of kettlebells and then starting our own little circuits around the Bay Area. But it came from that little gym in Wisconsin, right? Which is so crazy to think about.
Yeah. No, I think too, like, I kind of wanted to get into not just like our workouts, but kind of the depth around our kind of focus when it's come down to like, as travelers, as people that run adventure trips, and we've been gone out of the country for like 3-month periods when we were like just traveling ourselves, right? Like, it's always been the forefront of our existence is our health and fitness and how we feel. And we know that that's important. I mean, even in Lisbon, we were going for runs like on the water, right? So we've always incorporated that into our travels. But I think like sitting where we are now and looking at the journey that we've had, kind of the mindset around staying healthy on the road. Does that make sense? Of what I'm getting at?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where you're going.
I just think too, like, the biggest thing for me that I really kind of want to open up to you and get your point of view is it all comes down with clarity, in my opinion, right? You can find gyms. F45 are everywhere now. Orange Theory is everywhere. It's a good transition into a new city. You kind of can look. I mean, we used to look at how close was the Orange Theory before we moved into an apartment, right? If you're like a big gym kind of person, those are everywhere. There's like a 24-hour fitness that I can actually they're everywhere, right? So it just depends on like what it is that you want to do and what works for you. I think the working out part is, I'm going to say, quote unquote, the easy part when it comes down to traveling, because gyms are everywhere in like a city, right? Now, granted, if you're in like a smaller town, yeah, you got to get a little bit more strategic. But if, in my opinion, if health and fitness is very important to you, that is something that we look into before booking even a contract. Is if this place doesn't have gyms, I might not even go.
Well, and I think too, what's important is, especially if you're kind of on like a journey of figuring out your workouts, because I also think it's fun to switch things up, right? Like I've done Pilates, I've done bar, like I've done F45, I've done Orange Theory, we've been runners, we've done races, like we've done a lot of different stuff. We've gone to just a 24-hour fitness and just lifted. Like
just a spin class in San Diego. We did that spin gym.
Yeah, the spin. Yeah.
New York, Poughkeepsie.
Fit Social, baby.
Fit Social.
If you ever take a contract in Poughkeepsie, that was probably my favorite gym we've ever been to. And it was a great circuit training. They had spin, they had lifting. It was a little bit of everything. But I think trying different things, that's really cool about being a traveler, is like, go try different gyms, figure out like what you like and because I'll say staying consistent with working out is 100% about, I say enjoying loosely, right? It's like, I don't think anyone's like, I just love going to the gym. Like, but you love how you feel, right? You love how you feel when you go do the workout, but something that you enjoy enough that keeps you going. Because if you're like, for instance, as an example, I fucking hate Orange Theory. I hate it. I don't like running. I've moved out of that phase of my life. I just don't enjoy it. And so every time, like when we were in that grind, when we were going to Orange Theory all the time, I despise it. I never wanted to go. And so now that we go to F45, I love going to F45. I love it. Like this is our workout. It's such a great mix of strength training and cardio, and it pushes you, all of it. And I love this gym. But it's taken a really long time to kind of find what we've really enjoyed doing, where again, Fit Social was the first time ever that you would consistently wake up.
Hey, real quick, we hope you're loving today's episode, and we wanted to take a moment to keep you in the loop. If you work in healthcare, or you're a healthcare traveler, or you know someone who works in healthcare and is interested in fun adventure travel, you've got to know about our Travsessed adventure trips. And listen, we get it. Working in healthcare can feel really demanding, overwhelming, and stressful. We spend so much time taking care of others that we forget to take care of ourselves.
So let us take care of you on a Travsessed trip. Once you sign up for a trip, we literally take care of everything. The planning, the logistics, and all the little details. So all you have to do is show up, have fun, and make unforgettable memories with a group of like-minded, adventurous travel friends. This is your time to step away from the chaos, recharge, have some fun, and come back feeling like the best version of you. Everyone who comes on a Travsessed trip says you come as strangers, leave as family. Literally. Travsessed trips have sparked dozens of new friendships, adventure squads, and travel soulmates that last way beyond the trip.
And honestly, it's not about the places we go. It's about the amazing people you meet along the way. We personally plan every itinerary based on our own travel adventures, so we have been there, done that, and know all the best things to do and see that you would not find on your own. Plus, we've got some awesome local friends on the ground to help us make each trip extra fun, special, and totally unique. Our trips are for active adventurers who like to get out of their comfort zones and push their limits. And the best part? We keep our groups small and intimate, so you can form real connections like really, really fast.
So if you're ready to ditch the planning stress, find your adventure crew, and travel like never before, head over to imtravsessed.com and grab your spot on one of our next adventures.
That's imtravsessed.com.
Or you can send us a DM over on Instagram at Kim and Aaron G.
That is KIMANDERRANG.
Just DM us the word adventure and we can chat more about it. You can also find our Instagram, our website. Everything is linked in the show notes below. Also, at the time of this recording, we have 3 spots left to join us in Oaxaca, Mexico in 2025, which honestly is one of our favorite trips. Yeah. So you can head over to our website, check that out. And we also have so many more fun adventures coming your way in 2026.
We cannot wait to see you on one of our life-changing trips. Now let's dive back into the episode. Before work.
Because I've always been somebody like I have to work out before work or I'm not going to do it at all. And so I was pretty good at like I would wake up and go to a bar class or Pilates or something like that just by myself. And you always had a really hard time getting up in the morning. But the social, you were up every morning. You're like, let's freaking go.
Even on days off.
Even because you loved it, right? And I think that's so important. And the last thing I'll say is just also figuring out, I know now without a shadow of a doubt, if I'm going to be consistent with my workouts, I have to show up to a class. I like to show up to a class. I like to just walk in the door, know the trainers have already set up a great workout. They're going to push. All you have to do is show up and do your part and work out. I'm not somebody who I'm not the best at staying consistent when I'm the one who has to just drive to the gym or walk over to our apartment. We have a great gym here at our apartment, but I'm not walking over there like, okay, I'm just going to lift today, or I'm just going to do my little circuit. I'm not. I need to just leave the house, show up, and have someone kick my ass. So figure out what that is for you, because once you find that thing, it's way easier to stay consistent.
Well, and also like, what are you going for, right? Because if I'm going to get up in the morning, go to the gym, push myself, have a tough workout, go to work all day, work 9, 10, 11, 12 hours, come home, do the things I need to do at home, then like I want to make sure that I'm getting results, right? I don't want to just do it just to go through the motions. And I noticed that if I walk down to my gym here at the apartment complex, I would just be going through the motions. I really wouldn't push myself. And there's times that I roll into F45 and I'm yawning and I'm kind of pissed off that I'm there for the first like little bit. And then Christy, our trainer, looks at me and says, "What are you doing? You need to step that up a little bit." And something clicks in your brain. And it's like, I need that. Like that's my motivation, like strategy. And seeing other people in the gym pushing up some weight and like actually like you can tell when people are getting it, and it just kind of motivates me. It gets me excited. And so I need that early in the morning. And I love that I can tell you in the years of working out and going to the gym, I am the guy that says, I'm never waking up before work. That's crazy. My day at work is horrible. I'm tired. I'm this, I'm that. I've completely 360'd. Like I can't.
180.
Well, 180.
360 would mean you went right back to exactly the same pattern.
Sure, but I think the dramaticness of like I've completely turned around, because now on days like we didn't go to the gym on Monday. Monday was my worst day at work. I was horrible. I was lack of energy, no motivation, brain fog, like just didn't feel my best. And yesterday we went and had the hardest workout I've had in a very long time, and I was on it. I was running around at work. I felt great all day.
Which is so funny because like I feel the exact same way. And people that I work with are like, I don't understand how you get up so early and go to the gym. Like that's insane. Before you even come in. And they're like, aren't you like so tired? Like that's just crazy. And I'm like, people who work out in the morning get it, right? Because I'm like, actually, it's the opposite. What you just said. When I don't work out in the morning, I feel run down. I do not have energy. I feel lack of motivation. When I do, I'm like, let's fucking go. But it's just like anything. It takes a while to build patterns. So now I'm a morning workout person. We've been that way for years and years, where before, that wasn't easy to do, right? So it's like you build patterns over time.
Mm-hmm.
I will say too, as a traveler, if you find something you love, right? So F45s are everywhere. So you take a contract, yay, F45. Take another contract, yay, there's another F45. So, and again, that's F45 specific, but there are a lot of gyms that they are in a lot of different locations that you can just keep going, or have fun with it and maybe use your contracts as a way to inspire you to get out of your comfort zone a little bit and try something new that maybe you've never done before.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all, there's so many cool and different gyms these days, and use each one to like try something different.
Totally.
Keeps it you interested too.
And I think too, the one thing that really kept me going was when I work out in the morning, there's nothing that stops me except myself.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like, look at yesterday, I was not on call. We had a live training planned that night, and we got killed yesterday. And I work in interventional radiology. I wasn't on call, but I wasn't going to leave my teammates like struggling, and we had big cases, and so I didn't get out of work on time. So if I had a 5:30 class booked, even though I'm not on call, yeah, I could have left. But like, it's so, what do you call it?
There's too many obstacles that
correct.
can come up during the day.
And then it's easy to be like, you know what, I'm tired. I'm glad I'm staying late because I'm not going to the gym. And then guess what? I just missed my workout.
And you just don't feel like it.
Correct.
When you've gotten your ass kicked all day at work, for me, the last thing I want to do is like leave work and go to the gym.
Yep.
Like my energy drains throughout the day, right? So I think finding what works for you. And the other thing that I think we've been really good at is that whether it's us taking a new contract somewhere or even us running a Travsessed trip and coming home, we try to get back into routine as quickly as possible. Because I think the longer you're out of your routine, the harder it is to get back. So we would take a new contract, say, okay, we're driving across the US to California. And of course, on that drive, like, you're not like eating normally, right? You're stopping at the gas station, you're getting
Chick-fil-A.
the snack mix. Yeah. You're getting the treats. Like, that's part of the fun as a road trip. Because I will say, like, health and fitness and taking care of ourselves is super important, but also anyone who knows us or like has traveled with us, we also love food and we eat and we go all out and we drink alcohol and we have a great fucking time on a road trip, right? We're going to eat the snacks. We're going to like, eat differently. Like, we're not like, oh, we just got to go somewhere and get a salad. Even though I personally do try to not go too crazy because I feel bad. Anyway, but the important part is that we try to get back on track and in our routine as quickly as possible. So before we even get to the location, we've kind of already done the research of like, okay, this is the gym we want to try.
Mm-hmm.
This is where we're going to go. So let's get signed up. Let's get moved in. Let's go to the grocery store. Let's get the food that we need. So we're not now continuing to eat out every single meal. And then we'll give ourselves a few days and we're like, okay, come, Sunday, we're signing up for the class. We're back in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And so I think the faster you can like get into your routine when you're in motion and your life's uprooted a lot and you're out of your routine as a traveler, getting back into it the fastest you can makes a huge difference.
And that workout is always so brutal.
Oh my God.
It's the worst.
It's so,
I'm like, don't judge me on this. Just give me a week.
Yeah.
And then I'll be back. But
then once you do it, after that first one, you get under your belt, you're like, hell yeah, like, let's go. Like, you already feel better.
I also think something major that people don't talk about a lot, and maybe they do, I just haven't heard it. But like, again, with everything in life, everybody always says like, what do you guys do? What is this? What is that? Like what? And I'm a big person of like exploring as many people as possible, getting their tips, figuring out what works for me, and like really putting that into play, because what you don't know, you don't know. And there could be like a way that just clicks, right? And what I think is the conversation is, how important is this to you?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because one, Kim and I will never say, oh, you know what? We're not going to F45 because it's too expensive. That doesn't matter. Kim and I pay a buttload of money to go to F45 every month, unlimited, because it's that important to us, right? I'll make it work. I'll sacrifice something else to make that work. how important is going to F45 and paying that money and actually having results, right? Like not just coming home and eating horrible food and feeling like crap, which then doesn't allow me to wake up in the morning and actually go to the gym that I pay a lot of money for. Hence the reason that we don't drink on school nights, right? Like it's important to us, right? We stay in a routine. I also think one of the biggest things that I ever learned that helped me out. Now, we're also coming from two different points of view here. Kim is very disciplined. Period. End of story. It's the one thing I respect the most out of her. She is able to literally go to Chick-fil-A and not get the food that she wants, but just make a healthier option and still be satisfied. I would leave there as a 2-year-old kicking and screaming that I didn't get my waffle fries and my, 2 grilled chicken sandwiches and maybe a chicken nugget, right? Like I have a different relationship, but I've actually learned and have been better and now like have stepped into a place that I'm very proud of. And I think one thing I learned from the 4-Hour Body from Tim Ferriss, that was like one of my favorite fitness books ever, to be honest with you. It just really clicked for me. And he doesn't talk about, getting rid of things and running yourself to like this place where you're in deficit and just like yearning for like, I need this, like, cause that's a problem for me. Like the minute I get to that point of just like, I haven't had this is bullshit. I don't have the life I want to live. And why am I doing this? And like, I want to like, so then I just go out and buy like a bottle of wine and I just want to sit there and like have the bottle of wine and eat some gummies and like what are my nerds gummies? I like love those, right? Not anymore. But it's to a point of like, Tim Ferriss was like, how do you stay consistent, right? What is something that keeps you consistent? And like, once you can figure that out, you start to work your way down from there and figure out what it is that you can do away with now that you've been in this consistent pattern. And again, Kim and I have always focused on not the results, but how we feel. And I think when you can alter that, it's not about the scale. It's not about like, what I look like. It's a byproduct. It's more about how well I feel and how good I feel throughout my day. And Tim Ferriss also said the biggest thing that flipped for me was picking 5 things that you like to eat and basically staying consistent with those things and just mixing it up with flavors, because then it feels different, but it helps you stay consistent with your food. And we always cook enough for dinner to have for lunch the next day. Good.
So coming into the food part of that, because I think that's super important too.
And as a traveler.
Yeah. I'll say, just kind of piggyback on what you said. Yeah, 100%. Like, well, when you work out in the morning too, I do think it helps you just make better decisions throughout the day because you feel better.
Yep, totally.
If I have had a hard workout, I don't want to go reach for the crumble cookies that are at work because you're like, oh no, I don't even like, I feel good. I don't even want that. Right. So that one decision does help you make better decisions throughout the day. I think that's so important. Also, like, yeah, like it's not about cutting out everything. Like you said, like it's not when you get to that point where you're like, no, I just want to have a glass of wine, or I don't think having any sort of restrictive mindset is ever sustainable. No. And we know that, right? Yeah. Like 100%. Like we know that when we've tried to cut out things and eventually always creeps back in because you enjoy it and it's life, right? And that's the thing is like, we also realize, like for instance, we always talk about like, you are never talking about you and me, but you're never going to be somebody who has, a chiseled out 12 pack, right? Like same with me.
I don't want it.
We're both very strong. We're fit. We're healthy. We feel good, but we're never going to have a 12 pack ab because I don't want to live the life that is required for that to happen. That's not that important to me, right? Because that's such a sacrifice. There's 0 treats. There's 0 wine. There's 0 this. There's 0, like, that's not to me. And again, for some people, that is what's important. And they are working towards that. And they don't give a fuck about anything else. That's absolutely unrealistic. Like, I love food. I love having a glass of wine with you or a tequila with you. Like, again, we don't drink that much, which is another, huge, like we'll drink maybe once or twice a month.
If that,
yeah, depending.
Unless we're on a Travsessed trip.
Unless we're on a Travsessed. That's why when we come home, we never want to drink because we're like, we're good for a while. But yeah, I just feel like knowing your priorities is important. So like just knowing, like I do, and let's just be honest, I do care about how I look. Okay. Yes. Looking good is a byproduct of feeling good and working out, but I work out and I love to be healthy because I like to feel good and feel fit and feel strong, especially I'm about to turn 40 years old. Like I want to be in the best shape of my life and I feel fit and strong. I do care how I look in the mirror. Like, let's just be real. That is something that I want to look in the mirror and be like, damn, like I look good. I feel good. That's important. Right. Cause then people like, doesn't matter how you look. Like, honestly, like for me, it does.
Yeah.
It does. Right.
Yeah.
So let's be honest about that, but also, you know, being realistic about your body and what you're willing to do.
Can I just add something to that? I also believe that different people have different aspects of when they look in the mirror, how good they look, and the confidence of like how good you look comes in the eye of the beholder. Right. And I just know that like, I don't know. I actually probably I'm getting better at it, but like I've always looked in the mirror and been like, I can do better. Right. And that's just been my mentality. But I know for a fact, and I've also looked at it as like running these Travsessed trips has actually provided some motivation. I was talking to one of the reps I was working with the other day, and he was like, I can tell like you work out, what do you do? Blah, blah, blah. And we started talking and like the conversation went far. And I said, what's funny is I'm noticing that a lot of these Travsessed trips, I'm 43 now. And when I turned 40, I was like, you know what? Like, this is the year that I get better in my health every single year. I need to be better. Plus, working in the hospital, as you guys know, if you're not like running around doing crazy things at 40 years old, you're not walking at 50, 60, right? You got to keep getting better or else things start to break down a little bit, right? Yeah. So you got to be more active at that, age. And I do think that like I'm motivated by these young bucks that come on these trips, and I want to be running up that mountain faster than they are. And I want to be able to not only run up, but be able to run back and be able to help support somebody and not be the guy that's like, dude, I'm in my 40s, I'm struggling, right? So that's motivated me to train harder, to eat better, to look better, to feel better, right? Is because of these. So it's kind of fun how that's been helpful. But yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. I feel the same way. Like there's something about turning 40. I mean, again, I was in way better shape. I'm in way better shape now than I was when I was 25.
Hands down.
Like I'm strong. I have muscle. Like, and that's important to me, especially as I go into my 40s. Like you hear people say like, oh,
shit breaks down in your 40s.
No, fuck that. Like that's
exactly.
a choice.
That's
like I want to be in amazing shape.
Totally.
And whatever. I think going back to the food, that's also really important because we during the week, we call them school nights, like work nights. We eat the same shit, guys. Like it's boring. It's freaking Bor town. Like honestly, we were just saying like, I'm so sick of everything. I don't want another beef bowl. Like, but being like eating the same things over and over again, it keeps it easy because I'm not coming home from work and cooking a gourmet meal every day. Like, and being like, what do you want for dinner? What can we make? What's special? Like, no, you just want it to be easy. You want it to be filling and you want to have
quick
leftovers and quick. And so we have like the same rotation. And, and another thing is like, if I was a solo traveler, because I know we have a lot of solo traveling, like, well, you have like a partner and you have this. If I was a solo traveler,
I'd do the same thing.
I would do the same thing. I would literally make a big batch. So like one thing that we have all the time is we'll do a big batch of like lean bison or beef. And we make a big thing of it and we do taco bowls. And we make one batch and it lasts for a few days. I would do that if I was a solo traveler and I would just eat it all week. Because that's the thing too, is the mentality of like, well, I need to switch it up and I get bored with food. I get this. Yeah, which you were like that for a long time. And it's like, well, okay, but sometimes you're just eating because it's filling and it's easy and it's nutritious and you can take it to work. Like, and so it's changing that mindset of like, yeah, be boring. You're going to eat the same shit during the week because it's easy. But then on the weekend, we'll go out to a lunch. We'll go out to dinner. Like that's special. That's fun. And we look forward to it. But during the week, we keep it fucking boring. We eat the same stuff.
And it's it's a flip too, but I do like that conversation is popping out more. I've been hearing it more. I don't know if you have, but people are saying if you want to be financially sound, do the boring stuff, right? Like put it in the low index stocks, like just throw money into that, and like you can diversify, but keep your flashy ones, to yourself. Like it's really not like, and it's the same thing with health and fitness, right? Boring can be consistent because it's easy, it's efficient, it's quick. And then even on top of that, I'll even say as a traveler, I'm going to throw this out there. The best thing that I have ever seen in a tip is Butcher Box. Hands down. Mm-hmm. If Kim and I had to go to the store every single week and be like, okay, what kind of meats are we doing? Like, what do you want to, I don't know. Like, God, I'm not really feeling this. And like when you go to the store and you're choosing yourself, Kim and I have a Butcher Box that comes every 6 weeks. And it's loaded with 12 cuts of meat, and we mix that up a little bit. Sometimes I add scallops, sometimes I add shrimp. Like it is good quality meat. We get bison, we get chicken, we get fish, we get everything that we need. And it comes in a refrigerated box and it lands on our doorstep. And then that's our meat for the 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And it is literally amazing.
And it's easy. I mean, we eat a lot of meat, and
that's our diet choice. Yeah.
Our basically, like, just in case anyone's like interested or wanting some inspiration for meals, like what we have in rotation is the taco bowls that I said. And it's like basically a taco, but we just make it into a bowl so we don't do the wrap. Mm-hmm. And then we'll do like chicken fajita bowls. We do a lot of bowls.
Yeah.
Because again, they make a big batch. We can throw some veg in there, and we don't have like the carbs at night. And then we eat a lot of chicken. So we'll just like blacken up some chicken, and then we'll do like a side of buffalo sauce, or like I make this dip that I'm obsessed with. It's Greek yogurt, so really high in protein. I add some tahini and lemon, kind of like a hummus, but it's really high in protein and it's great. And I'll just dip chicken in it.
Mm-hmm. And garlic. You make like a garlic sauce.
Yeah, and garlic. Yeah, basically it's my version of like a garlic sauce. And what else do we eat?
We also, on our bowls, finally Kim came around, but we put cottage cheese on top instead of like shredded cheese.
Oh, yeah.
So it adds that extra boost of protein. Plus it gives it that cheesy flavor. And when you mix it all in, little pickled jalapeno, some onion, some olives. Now that you're just eating cans of olives.
I love black olives.
Yeah. So we mix that up with the fajita bowls. We add like mushrooms and bell peppers.
Yeah. And then we'll do like fish and like a sweet potato. We'll do like a flank steak with some vegetable, like mushrooms and stuff. I mean, I'm like, I don't know if we eat anything else. Like that's literally, we'll do grilled shrimp sometimes if we have that, or grilled scallops. I feel like that's like all we eat. I'm so disgusted and over it. Like
I could do I could do a flank steak.
Ugh. Yeah, I know. I'm just kind of over all food, but like that kind of stuff, because it's just boring. But again, it's filling. It gets the job done. Or if I was single too, I'd probably do like a big thing of soup, because I love soup. You don't like soup, because that lasts like a bowl, like a big thing of chili or like chicken noodle soup. That can last, the whole week. I think the other thing that we've really shifted that I've seen the most results in too is that we've really been prioritizing protein. And, for a long time I was like vegetarian and then pescatarian. We went through like this weird vegan phase. And again, it's your own personal preference. I chose to eat that way because I didn't want to eat the animals. And meat creeps me out. But I feel physically so much better when I eat animal protein. I just do. Like, hands down, I just do. So I eat it. And by prioritizing our protein, so we try to get, this, like, basically our weight. So I try to get like 140 grams of protein a day. I do 187. And so that has also been a game changer, because if you're prioritizing your protein with every meal, you get fuller faster, and you eat that first. And then there's less like fill-ins, right? Yeah. And so I've noticed a huge difference with just my strength at the gym, my muscle, like all of that. That Endurance. Has been such a game changer. And I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
I think too, like I just wanted to add one thing, and then I wanted to jump in and say one last thing that I'm interested in. But number one, you also just went through a kick and you noticed a huge difference of the amount of vegetables that cause bloating for you. And you were bloating at like 5 pounds and like just tooting up a storm. And now you don't at all.
That that's been really hard for me because a staple in our diet is protein and vegetable. So it was like chicken, Brussels sprouts, chicken, broccoli, chicken, asparagus. Yeah, like just always chicken, vegetable, meat, vegetable. Like that's like our diet. And I've always known that, but like I was always so bloated. And no matter what, like I'm like, I eat so clean and I eat so well, but like I always feel like I'm like, 6 months pregnant. I'm always bloated. I'm always shitting my pants, farting, not like just walking and farting. And I'm like, this isn't like normal. Like why? And so I did an experiment where I was like, just for 2 weeks, I'm going to cut out. Oh, and greens. That was another thing. I love greens, and greens have so much good nutritional value. And I think greens are so good. Vegetables are so good for you in so many different ways.
You just got to know your body.
And so I would do a scoop of greens in the morning, tons of spinach, like kale, whatever. So I was like, I'm going to cut all of that out and I'm just going to see how I feel. And oh my God, like
huge difference.
Zero bloating. I rarely toot, even though last night I was on a kick, but it was because I had the faux meat. That's another thing. When I was vegetarian, I ate so much faux meat.
Remember that, buddy? We were like, I feel so bloated and
just bloated, gassy, massive. And again, great if you don't want to eat animals. For my body, it did not digest well at all. So like, I can't do that, even though I did last night because we eat these Boca chickens that are so good. So I cut out the vegetables and I noticed such a huge difference. And so it's like they're called like cruciferous vegetables. And so it's like your broccolis, your cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, greens. For some people, you don't digest them as well. And so you get the bloating and the gas and all the things. And so I've cut a lot of that out. And yeah, that's hard because I also feel like there's so much good value in greens.
Right. But you can still have vegetables too with like carrots. And we do a lot of like tomato salad. Like we'll do tomato, cucumber, little feta, and little bit of olive oil. And I do balsamic vinegar. Kim does. What do you do on that?
Lemon and olive oil.
Yeah.
So that was a huge game changer. So if it's something you struggle with bloating and stuff, the vegetables. And I always heard people talk about the carnivore diet. And my hair girl that I go to, she was telling me all about it. And I'm like, that's so stupid. Like, why aren't you eating vegetables? Like, vegetables are so important for you. Like, there's so many nutrients in them. Like, that makes you're just eating like meat. Like, ugh. And then I tried it. I'm like, oh my God, I feel so amazing. So,
we still get our greens and try to, get our vegetables as much as we can because, obviously it's a balance, right?
Yeah.
But I will say, so the last thing I wanted to talk about, and I think this is a big one that we could go on for a little bit, but
I have to pee.
Experience versus structure.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on what you mean by that?
So like as travelers, I've always said the best gift in the world that we have is we get to experience things like nobody else does. We get to go to cool cities around the United States that you would never think that you're going to live in. And you get to explore the culture and the local fare and all that kind of stuff, right? And food, again, is a way that Kim and I feel like I'm speaking for both of us, and I think we both agree, but like we feel like we experience places through the food.
Yeah.
That is the number one way that we're foodies. I feel like you can learn the history of a city through the food. That's why we always do food tours first thing when we land in a new country. We get a private food tour, and that way we can pick the brain of the food tour person. And usually it's intertwined in the history. And did it come from like peasant food or slave food or whatever it was? And now it's like this like amazing food. And so you can really understand it. Just like the 4 pastas of Rome were from the shepherds. And it basically went in sequence of like how much supplies they had to when they didn't have any supplies and where these pastas came from and all that. So it's just like a really cool thing. And so I think I wanted to talk to you about like, we've struggled with this a lot of like, we're there for 3 months. We have all these restaurants we want to try. And it really gets harmful in a way when you're just like if you're like, oh, our goal for this 3 months is to like lose weight, feel great. But yet you're going out and experiencing all these different restaurants and you're trying this local food that you normally wouldn't try, something fried or something that's famous for that area. And then, I don't know, it used to kick off a bad like turn, but I think now we've been able to figure out how to go experience that on a Saturday and get right back on track on a Sunday.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think it's harmful at all. I think it's
I'm
what
not
you
saying
should
it's
be doing.
harmful. I'm saying we've had issues surrounding that where like we would just go off the wall, and then at least me.
Well, yeah, we're different people. Like,
Okay.
don't
I understand.
you tend to like once you go, like, you're kind of an all or nothing person.
Oh, I'm not kinda. I am.
You are an all or nothing person. You're either all in or you're all out. Like, there's not a lot of like middle ground with you, even though, you know.
Now would you say that?
Yeah, I think you're definitely like kind of changing that mentality, but that's a mindset thing, right? That's a mindset shift. That's not like a physical thing where, you know, I'm more of a, I don't know, what would you say, middle ground? Like, I don't know. Like,
you're good at dipping your toe and still
experiencing.
experiencing.
I don't have the extremes, I guess. Even though, I mean, I do sometimes. If I'm going to like go in, I'll be like, let's do it. Right. But yeah, no. So I guess I think that's like the healthiest way you can live, honestly, like the best of the best way to live and to be and to like have balance in your life. It's obviously it's easier said than done, but I think if you can figure this out of like, again, during the week, and I think we do this now in our life, during the week, we're super healthy. We don't drink alcohol. We get up, we go to the gym, you know, pretty much every single morning. And we eat the same shit. It's boring. And we pack our lunch and every meal, we pretty much make it home unless there's those nights that we're just like over it and we order DoorDash or something. But I would say like 90% of the time we're pretty like on it during the week in our routine. And then on the weekend, like for instance, last weekend, we went and hiked Manitou Incline and then went and had like a massive, delicious burger afterwards.
With fries.
Oh.
And then had some cocktails when we got home.
We came home and we weren't expecting it, but our friend sent us, or Aaron, like this bottle of whiskey. And so that kind of sparked of like, let's sit outside. Like you'll try the whiskey. I'll have a cocktail. And so we had cocktails and then we ended up ordering custard, which honestly, I should not have done the custard. No. That was too much because my belly hurt. But like, and then we were like back on track the next week. So like for me, my ideal life is like routine during the week, work, be productive, get your shit done, feel good. And then go try a new restaurant, you know, go try that place you've been wanting to go.
A brewery.
Like that's what's fun. That's what's life. And I think kind of circling back to what we were saying of we'll never be people that have 6-packs or 12-packs or whatever, because I love those moments. And like when we go to the brewery and we just sit and have a couple beers and like order from the food truck or go try an amazing new restaurant and just eat what we want. Like those moments are so important. Yeah. I love them.
Well, that's kind of how I wanted to close it, was that I realized through this journey, this 14, 15, 16 year journey, that I want to look as good and feel as good as I can, living a life that I feel like I can live consistently. So whatever that's been. And I think this whole thing of like what you said, like 5 nights a week, we're killing it. 4 nights, right? Sometimes on Friday we go out to eat because that feels fun at the end of the week. But like still experiencing life, still eating the food I want to eat, making some better decisions, but still not skipping what I feel in my brain as experience versus like cutting. And like really being able to sit down at that nice Asian, or was it like that Vietnamese, like high, remember? And we like had a couple glasses of wine. We had like the spring rolls, the fried, we had calamari. We like didn't choose, oh, let's just have like a good protein dish and blah, blah, blah. We like experienced it. But then come Sunday, Monday, we were back cooking and like getting ready for the week and like going to the gym. And like, that is like how I look at the end of that series is how I want my body to look, because that is a normal life. Right? Versus, oh, I could definitely get a 6-pack, 12-pack, look great, but what am I cutting out of my life that I'm not willing to do? Right?
100%.
And I think that's where it's been the most healthiest journey ever, mindset wise and physically and emotionally, which is where I want to be. So how I look is how I look, because I know I do everything that I can within my lifestyle that I want to do. And this is what you get.
Yeah. No, I think that's such a great mindset to have, is like, even like if I'm looking at the scale and I'm like, okay, I've been trying to lose these 5 pounds for 10 years, like, and I can't. And that's normal, like getting fixated on the scale or like getting fixated on, how you look or whatever. But at the end of the day, if I'm like, listen, I'm not going to change one thing. Like, I work out hard, I eat well, I'm going to go on the weekend. And if that, at the end of the day, if that's how I look and that is what I weigh, then that's just what it is.
Mhm.
Right. And just, yeah, like embracing that. But yeah, I think the biggest takeaways are finding what you love and trying to get back into your routine as quickly as possible.
Staying consistent.
Staying consistent and finding something you like will help you stay consistent.
Mhm.
Prioritize your protein. That's honestly such a game changer. And I know protein's so trendy right now. And I'm not just talking about, like, I feel like everything now has, like, there's chips with protein, cookies with like, okay,
ice cream with protein.
Still garbage. Yeah, I'm talking about like real clean protein, like your meats, right? Like a piece of chicken breast. Like there's like what, 30 or 50 grams of protein in a chicken breast.
I mean, look at like cod fillets.
It's insane.
Huge.
Yeah, fish.
Low
oh my god,
calorie.
That's insane. Even though,
Yeah.
But that's a huge game changer. Like we drink a gallon of water a day. I feel great.
Yep. Mixing in LMNTs as well.
Yes.
Like we buy packets and packets of that weekly.
Yes.
Because sodium levels, especially, I mean, it becomes a science, right? And it becomes figuring that out.
Yeah, I was still talking.
Sorry.
And what are the other things what are the other things that we have done consistently that I mean, again, this sounds like silly, but I live by this, is your sleep. Like, I go to bed very early. I'm in bed every night about 8:00 and I'll read for like an hour-ish, give or take. And then I'm in bed, my alarm goes off at 4:15. So getting enough sleep, I think, is one of the most important things that you can do, finding that sleep pattern for yourself.
Yep. And I realized that anytime I come to bed after 10:30, like I don't do well the next day. And so like it is important. And I was a 2:00 in the morning, 1:00. There's times that even I had to wake up at 7 and be at work at 7:30. I'd still stay up till 1, 12. I don't know how I did it.
That's insane.
But like obviously I've completely changed now, and 10:30 is my max.
Your bedtime.
And I feel great when I wake up at, my alarm, I have to be up by 5:15. So my alarm goes off at 4:50.
Yeah.
And so,
so I think doing all the things you know to do to feel your best and to feel energized and to feel strong and to do all the things. And then also like really enjoying all the amazing things you have access to as a traveler. Like truly, it's so unique. And we have gone through stages where we have been super restrictive because we've been like training for something or whatever. So like we didn't go out and try as much food or do the things
breweries
that we would have normally wanted to do. But our goal at the time was different because we were doing something else. But having that mindset of like the whole work hard, play hard, like it sounds cheesy, but it's so, what a beautiful balance.
Really.
Of going to that restaurant, going to that winery, going to that brewery, like maybe you don't drink, but like just going and eating different things. It's so much fun.
Going to a festival.
So much fun. Yeah.
Totally.
So anyways.
I will say too, just Butcher Box I talked about, but also what we've realized is it's a non-negotiable. Our Ninja indoor grill that we have, it's a countertop indoor grill, packs down really easy, doesn't take a lot of room in the car, and also our air fryer. Like those two things is pretty much what we use to make dinner every single night.
Yep. Yeah, non-negotiable for traveling.
Yeah.
Those two things in a blender, those are things that I would never take a contract without. Like staples in our kitchen that we do everything by. And
pack easy.
Yep.
So
I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I got to go. I got an appointment.
Oh, you're going to go get stretched out.
Another thing as a traveler, I'm trying out Stretch Zone.
You're trying something new.
I'm going to see what it's all about. It's pretty expensive, so I don't think I'll do like a membership, but I want to go see what it's about. And there's Stretch Zones popping up everywhere. I learned about it first in Jack's Beach, and then now there was one here right behind our house. So my flexibility is horrible, It's not something I'm consistent with. And so I want to go see if these people, I don't know, I can learn a few things or how well this stretches. And maybe I do like 2 a month.
Yeah.
So
Try something new.
Yeah.
You know, why not?
Totally. Anyway,
Okay, well, thank you for listening.
thanks for the question.
Thanks for the question. If you ever have any questions, let us know. And we will be back next week.
Yes, we will. Bye. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and we hope that you really, really enjoyed it.
And if you did love this episode, can you please do us a huge favor and just share this with one of your friends? Like, just somebody that you think will get value from this episode. It would mean so much to us.
Yeah, like do it now. Like while you're inspired, go now.
Like, wait
Do
a
it.
second.
Yeah,
Go. Or just like share it on your Instagram story and tag us at Kim and Aaron G so that we can see it and thank you personally for helping us share this message, share this episode, and blow this baby up.
Yeah, help spread the obsession.
Ooh.
You can do that.
Let's get obsessed.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Thank you so much. We are so grateful to be on this journey with you, and we will see you next week.
Bye.